So today we're going to be playing Dummynation. Now we have played Dummynation before on the channel, and last time it didn't go so well. So I guess we wiped each other out? Oh yeah, we did, because China, okay, well, I don't think we're going to win in this video, guys. But today we're going to be giving it another shot. I've read through all of your guys' comments, and I have learned a little bit from all of you. So we're going to be applying your guys' strategies and tips, and hopefully do a lot better than we did in the Turkey video. Now for today, I think we're going to play as the United Kingdom. So if you guys do enjoy today's Dummynation video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're trying to get to 200,000 subscribers relatively soon. We are around 5,000 away. When you guys see this video, I would have officially moved into my new place. So this is the last video on the AdizzPro channel with this exact background. It will never be like this ever again. So kind of monumental if you ask me, but anyway, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. Now I did see in the comments that research and development is super important, so we're going to be dumping a little bit of money into this. We're going to go for around 2% growth. Now I have gone ahead and used our R&D, so I made sure to lower the cost of combat and economical research, but I've also gone ahead and increased the capability of our infantry troops. All right, but now that we're ready to go on and attack other countries, we need to first figure out who we're going to be attacking, because we're very friendly with all of Europe, and invading any European country right now would make us lose a ton of allies. So we want to go after a country that doesn't have a ton of allies and a country that doesn't like us. So let's come down here to like this part of Africa. Looking at Sierra Leone here, we can see that they don't have any allies, so invading them probably isn't going to get us in too much trouble. Now before we get too ahead of ourselves here, I do want to look at the troop production screen. So this is something that I'm still not too sure about. Something like this is going to work for us, I think. So if I read that correctly, then it should automatically produce for us. Anyway, let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit before we send our army down to Sierra Leone. And I do believe we should be good. I don't know if we need to produce any more because we're already stronger than Sierra Leone is. So I wouldn't imagine that we need to even produce more troops. I think we should just be able to invade them straight up. And there our troops go. So let's see how this war goes. I'd imagine that we're going to win because we should be stronger than them. So there we go. Now they're going to be fighting them. And yeah, we're definitely stronger than them. So let's go ahead and get this war over with as soon as possible. Oh yeah, that's going great. All right, cool. So we are now going to be annexing all of these guys. Let's go ahead and send our army up here so we can get all of it. And it does look like Guinea is getting jumped, and I think we should probably join in on that. Let's go ahead and attack Guinea and send our troops straight on in, and they're going to be doing some work for us and hopefully capturing as much territory from Guinea as possible. There we go, already starting to annex them, and I must say that we're already off to a better start than we were in the Turkey video. And there we go. So Guinea is pretty much gone. We have to go ahead and make sure that we get all of this striped land so there's no insurgents. Now I know that like theoretically there isn't too much to gain from invading these smaller countries, but like, you know, America's doing it, so why can't I do it? Now looking at Liberia's diplomacy, they don't have any allies, meaning that we can go ahead and take our troops and attack Liberia. And here we go. Here is our third war of the video already. You know, granted, I am beating up a bunch of like small, weak African nations, but you know, the UK did that historically, so we're just gonna do it again in the modern day, just hopefully without all the horrible atrocities. So there we go. Our units now have split up, and they're going to work to maintain all of Liberia, in which we have. So we might just keep it on a roll here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ivory Coast. They don't have any allies either. This army group is 18 million strong. Theirs is about 3 million, so we should be just fine in doing this. And then let's go ahead and send our military in. So they're going to split up. Now I did figure out finally that there is an automatic way to do this. I was trying to figure this out in the last video, but I just couldn't for some reason. But yeah, there's a special button you can hit, and it'll like do your divisions into two, which makes invading and annexing countries a lot quicker and a lot easier. So yeah, Ivory Coast, goodbye. They didn't really stand much of a chance, and it does look like right next door Ghana is getting invaded by the US, so we might jump in on that just so we can get some land and steal some from the US. Okay, no, we're not gonna get any land. The US is gonna take it all. That's fine though. We did get all of the Ivory Coast, and we have ourselves a nice little spot in Africa. Now back home, things in Europe aren't going so great. It does look like that everything is imploding on itself. I think I saw that Italy and France are at war with each other, which that is the case. Yes, they are. And oh no, apparently I'm at war with France. I don't remember doing that, but more than likely what's happened here is that France is at war with NATO, and this is the result. Oh no, they are trying to invade us. All right, we're gonna need to bring these troops back home to deal with France. We might honestly be able to invade France, which that would be pretty cool. Let's also make sure that our production is going a little bit higher since we're involved in more more and more wars now. Then as for our allies, we are still doing good. We have a ton of countries that are over 75. But let's go ahead and send our troops home, and let's go ahead and make them cross the channel since we are at war with France. I mean, I don't see why not. Now, honestly, I did kind of forget a little bit about like the strategy in this game, so there's a chance that I just completely blundered this run, but so far I do feel like it's going better than it is in previous runs. Sweden declared war on us, Poland declared war on us. So I guess those are France's allies, but is Germany at war with Poland and Sweden? No. Interesting, but let's go ahead and try to fight this war. France does look like they're on the weaker side of things, but they do have allies in Poland and Sweden. They're going to absolutely decimate that division. Or not. It looks like we're actually going to be able to hold out. So this war against France is definitely an interesting one. I don't believe that we have to fight it, but I kind of want to, because if we can take out France, that'd be pretty big for us. We are currently ranked at number 6 in the world, which is better than our original ranking, which I think was like 10 or something. So here we go. We have actually officially started to annex parts of France. There is a huge Swedish division here, though. This might be trouble. We're still producing troops back home, so there's no backup for these guys. We just have to rely on the UK winning this war, which could be easier said than done, especially when there's 2 giant divisions like this and a bunch of small French ones coming to their help. I just got a notification that said Argentina has invaded our territory, and I think that means that they're taking the Falklands. Yes, that is exactly what that means. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let them do that. It's not the highest of priorities for me. Okay, so Turkey is invading France for us. We don't have any troops right now, which I'm trying to work on that, but it doesn't appear to be working well in my favor. We're gonna send these small divisions down here and maybe try to occupy some of Brittany, but I don't know how well it's going to go. Okay, yeah, they just pulled up on me. Let's try to save these guys while we can. All right, that backfired. We're being kicked out of France now. I thought this would be going a lot better since all of our allies are also invading France, but I guess not. I guess I'm still missing something. Like, I'm doing all the produce stuff. I'm hitting apply and okay, but it doesn't look like too many troops are popping up. Oh, down here, Argentina is invading us. I'm not too sure why that's happening, but we're gonna have to let that happen for now. We're a little bit distracted up here with France. All right, we got a big division, so let's send them down. So this is 2 million troops, which is a lot more than what France has, I believe. Looks like we're gonna finally take over Brittany, but they do just keep bringing in their allies, which sucks. Keep sending our troops to the slaughterhouse of France. They really do not want me to take Brittany. Every time I come over here, they stop fighting Turkey and they just jump me. Not very nice. Okay, but at this point, France has finally fallen, maybe. So we do get Brittany out of this, but like we lost so many troops in this war. It was kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and increase our self-sufficient economy, meaning we don't have to rely on foreign countries as much as we need to rely on ourselves. Always good when you plan on expanding rapidly. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab our army and bring them down over to where Senegal is, because I do think we're going to be invading Senegal next. So going back to expanding our African claims. Now they do only have one ally, and that is Vietnam, who is on the other side of the globe, so we're not too worried about that. But what I am worried about is our capability in this war. I'm not too sure if we are going to win, or maybe we are going to win. Oh wow, okay, so we are decimating all of Senegal with only 1 million troops. I didn't know that was possible. Oh, all of our troops are dead. Okay, well, we're just gonna send these guys back down there. So there we go, we can continue our war now and wipe out all of Senegal's army, which should allow us to annex all this, unless Mali's gonna steal it all. All right, Mali, sure, go ahead, take it, it's yours. Way to be next on the list. Now, I'm not too sure if I'm missing something in the troop recruitment department here. I do have our production of troops extremely high, way higher than I had it before. We're at 226% of our economy being spent, and we're not really getting too many numbers. I know this is cheaper than recruiting, but I'm not too sure if it takes more time. I might be missing something again, because like, you know, I can go through here and recruit a bunch of stuff, which is nice, but it's a little bit more costly. So if you guys do know how to speed up this, let me know. Once again, I feel like I'm missing it, but at the same time, there's no other buttons for me to press. Maybe I'm just getting a little bit too ahead of myself. I mean, we already have a very big colony down here in Africa. Maybe it's time to, like, you know, chill out a little bit and let our army grow. We are still at war with Sweden and Poland. Let's see if we can get like some kind of peace treaty done with them. It costs 300,000 to do a peace treaty with Sweden. I think I'm good. We'll just stay at war with them. That's fine. Let's go ahead and bring down this new army, and let's take them to the border of Mali. Mali here, they only have one ally in Angola. We're not really too worried about Angola. Their troop numbers aren't very good, and even at that, they are very technologically behind compared to us. So with that being said, let's go ahead and attack Mali. Now this is probably the largest country we've attacked so far, which is a little bit concerning, but I do think that we're going to be fine in this war. So let's see how this plays out. All right, so far so good. We're melting their army, and we are now annexing some of their land. Now Angola has declared war on us, meaning that they're going to come and help out Mali, but back home here we do have another division of troops cooking up, which should come in time to help us if we need it. I don't know if we will because we're so advanced compared to them. They are still doing some damage to our troop numbers. They've killed about 1 million of our troops so far, or they've taken down our firepower by 1 million. So maybe a little bit cause of concern, but I think we should be fine, even though this is now dwindling down a lot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this other division down to deal with this, just in case we end up losing to Angola here. I don't think we will, but you can never be too safe. Yeah, these are now on reserve, so we definitely needed the help from these guys. Oh, okay, and they killed our other army. We're back down to reserves again. All right, we're bringing in a new division down here to Africa to deal with this. I'm speeding up time a lot to get this over with, but you know, we're like going like 1 year per 20 seconds, which is kind of fast, not gonna lie, but it should hopefully get us to the conclusion of this war sooner rather than later. Brought in another division to deal with these guys, and that is exactly what they have done. That division will never see the light of day ever again. And now it's just a matter of securing the rest of the country. Angola is still sending stuff at us, but I'm not worried about them. Oh, okay, so okay, I guess they're just all dead now. We'll send 2 million more. Why not? All right, and there we go. We finally have all of Mali under our control, and it's officially defeated. Perfect. Now, before we jump straight into another war, I do want to take a little bit of time to recruit more troops because for some reason, we're just not doing too well in that department. We're going to have these guys patrol the border right here, just like this. I don't know if this actually does anything, but it kind of looks cool. Let's go ahead and also research conscription and cut down the maintenance cost of all of our troops. All right, so we have around 6 million now, which I would like that number to be a little bit higher, but we're going to have to go ahead and use it because I don't believe that the entirety of this game is just sitting and waiting for troops to recruit. I think I'm just doing something wrong. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and just go out and do stuff. Like, for example, invading Niger. Now, they do have 2 allies, and one of them is Nigeria, which honestly sucks for us because we don't want to mess with them just yet. They're a little bit stronger than I'd like them to be. So I guess we're not going to invade either of those countries. We could go after Cameroon. They have a fairly low troop count, and they're also only allied with a country that is Algeria, who could be an issue. We'll see. Let's go ahead and send our troops down to Cameroon. So there we go. They're going to go down to this front line right here for some reason. And there we go. We're already starting to annex some areas of this country. All right, we are getting ourselves a serving, but there's a ton of other countries getting involved, like Chad and the United States, meaning we're probably going to get cut off. Yep, we are. But we did still get a pretty hefty amount of land, so there's not too much to complain about. I am kind of tempted to go after Chad next, but once again, they are aligned with South Africa. So let's sign an alliance with South Africa, and let's see what their reaction is if we declare war on Chad. I am going to bring down these extra troops first, though, just in case this plan backfires. Let's go ahead and select both of these divisions, and we're going to attack Chad, and let's see what happens. So it doesn't look like anyone declared war on us, including South Africa, so I'm assuming we should be fine then. I'm not sure what our relation with South Africa is at this point now that we invaded one of their allies. I'm going to assume that it's not very good. Anyway, this invasion went even better than the previous one. We took out Chad very quickly, and now that they're defeated, we have ourselves a pretty sustainable colony in Africa. We can connect it up if we take out Niger, who is once again allied with Nigeria. We're going to try to get an alliance treaty with Nigeria and see if that changes anything. Okay, we are allied with them now, but they're still allied with Niger. Now, in terms of capability, Nigeria is very capable, and Niger has 2 million, so they have around 6 million between the two of them compared to my 5 million, which, you know, that is a number advantage considering that Germany's invading Nigeria. So we're going to go ahead and get involved while we can. And I think it's a good idea to do it right now because, as you can see, NATO is invading Niger. I would like to connect up my colony, as simple as that. It looks like we are going to be able to do it as long as Greece doesn't somehow blitz down to the border of Nigeria. I think we should be good. Now, looking at who we're at war with real quick, I actually haven't checked this in a little bit. We're still at war with Sweden and Poland for some reason, and then randomly Kazakhstan, Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines. I'm not too sure how those ones happened, but other than that, we actually are pretty friendly with the majority of the world. All right, so we have pretty much gone ahead and finished off this country. Just the last couple of battles before we can fully annex them, and there we almost. There we go. So boom, we now have one big connected colony down here in Africa, which is pretty nice. But at this point, there are no more countries to invade in Africa, and the map has become extremely gory. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and send our troops home to the British Isles. And I guess at this point, we just have to wait for NATO to collapse somehow, because that's the only reason all of these countries are still around. Okay, so we have pretty much invaded every single country that we can invade. At this point, we are being held back by the amount of allies that we have who have pretty much colonized the world. Looking at the leaderboard, we are at number 7, behind Japan, Turkey, Brazil, India, the PRC, and the USA. So my hands are kind of tied. I'm not too sure what to do. Now, we are already at war with Sweden and Poland, so we could technically invade them if we wanted to. But then again, they're allied with everybody here, but we're already at war with each other, so I'm not too sure how that works. Let's try it. So we have 10 million, they have 3 million, which means that we should have the advantage. Let's go ahead and make a landing in Sweden and see if anything happens. Oh yeah, okay, so something definitely happened. Oh, okay, well, you know, I had a feeling that this would happen if I did that, even though we're already at war with each other. Apparently, if we invade their territory, that gets the allies mad at us. So yeah, this isn't gonna end well at all. We are at war with a majority of the world now. That's okay, great. So I'm assuming they're gonna be gobbling up my African colonies, maybe? Sure, go ahead. I mean, it's pretty much over. All right, well, there it goes. The Netherlands is gonna get us. Long live the Dutch. Is this a WICSO reference? Oh my god, I think it is. Anyway, very clearly we lost, and we can go ahead and watch our African colony lose as well. So I'm not too sure how you're supposed to play this game, but if I'm still missing things other than what you guys told me in the comments in the last video, let me know in the comments of this video as well. The whole producing troops thing, I figured that out. I learned that from you guys, but it doesn't seem like it really does anything unless that's actually the pace of the recruitment, in which case it looks a little slow. But then again, maybe I'm losing too many troops by doing all these wars, and then the whole allied thing, even though I was already at war with Sweden, it still triggered NATO when I invaded them, even though we were already at war. Whatever though, we are about to be extinct. The UK has a bunch of islands all over the place, so we're gonna have to wait for all those to be gone. But as of now, oh, there we go. But as of now, that is actually going to do it for today's video. So once again, I don't know what I'm doing in this game. The tutorial doesn't really tell you how to actually, you know, strategize in the game. It gives you the mechanics, it gives you the blueprint, but it doesn't guide you. At least it didn't guide me. Maybe I'm just really stupid. But anyway, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this Dummynation video. If you guys do want to see me play more of this game, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know by leaving a like on this video and sharing it with anyone who you think would be interested in the video. This is the final AdizzPro video in this setup, in this room, so take it all in while we're still here. A new setup will be revealed in Wednesday's video. So this video is being posted on Monday, but I'm recording this last Wednesday, like 3 days before I officially move. So this is a pre-recorded video, last video here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. I gotta get to packing. And of course, thank you to all our super fans. This includes Serminator, Static FN, Chill Turn Mapping, CTG on YT, Mega the YouTuber, Vista Napper, Garbage Trucks, Pro WICSO, 7351010 Gamer, RS, Australian Geoball Mapping, Augusto, Norwegian, Gail Martinez, Freezioid, Laser Tase, Pablo Sigma Cat, Toad 45, Death Strider X, and DW Cool Dude. Once again, thank you guys.